Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reading a multi-character exchange by me, so let's get into it. Albedo. Albedo usually stays focused on his work whenever we're not around, and usually if it was important enough, he would still be focused when you're around either way. But this time, perhaps you are more important than his job. As he put on some music in the corner of his room and started to dance. You told him to just ignore you as you were training for something. And Albedo said he would. He said he would, but that didn't mean he wasn't going to look at you or stare at you. Because right now, that was very much what he was doing. Staring at you in a completely entranced state. He loved you. And you looked amazing. Just moving like that. It felt like it was in a dream. And that's why soon after, he found himself reaching out, putting his hands on your hips as you began dancing underneath him. And as soon as you were done, you turned around to see his face, his proud expression, as you kept your face in his hands, pulling you down for a soft, tender kiss. Venti didn't know much about dancing or songwriting, so he wrote a song and told you to make up a dance for it. And so you did. It was a fun activity, one that you and Venti certainly enjoyed, with Venti watching over you as you played the music, and you dancing, trying to get it perfectly right, but knowing that you wouldn't get it on the first try. But eventually, one of the dances you did caught him off guard as you're standing still there, staring as your body moved, the dress you were wearing moving from side to side, as your hips were as well. And soon enough, Venti told you to stop. You thought I had done something wrong as he walked down by you, and as soon as you leaned in closer, he whispered, was low. That was amazing, you said. Then you wrapped his arms around you, dancing to the tune he knows very well, and stopping him, you put your hand behind his neck, cupping it gently, and making him lean in for a kiss. He smiled into it, closing his eyes, deepening it, as the soft, gentle kiss slowly got more and more intense. The two of you in the forest with no one else around to see you. Xiao was an absolute baby when it came to many things, such as this for one. Xiao was hesitant to voice his own emotions and feelings, and whatever feelings rose upon him when you were dancing right now, he refused to utter any single one, mostly because they were all shameful to him, and all of them were too vulnerable. He felt like his cheeks were heating up the more and more he danced, and soon enough, he looked away quickly, feeling like he was unable to just keep looking at you. And just right then, he turned around, frowning. Oh, Xiao, you didn't like it? He shook his head. That's not it, Wayan. You know it's not. Then, what is it? He just huffed a bit. Not wanting to tell you the truth, but knowing you had to. Then he wrapped his arms around you, pouring his face into your shoulder. You looked really good, Wayan. I would like to see it more. He mumbled quietly, and was at your side, hugging him back and stroking his hair. Scaramouche has many things to discover about himself. He was on a journey of self-discovery, and that journey included you, and the things that you could do this hard, and the way you could make it race. He was simply too infatuated by you, and he has yet to realize how strong that infatuation could reach. Right now, you told him to rest for a little bit, and that you would do something entertaining for him. He didn't get it, and just looked at you, quiet, curious what you were going to do. And when you began dancing, he just let out an impressed huff, feeling like he was bored, until something changed his mind when you focused on your movements. And suddenly, there was a glowy look in his eyes, some shine in them, that made him look all alive again. And boredom was totally gone from his mind. And after you were done, he just wrapped his arms around you, pulling you in for a kiss and deepening it as you closed your eyes, letting yourself melt into Scaramouche's embrace. Kazuha was not very familiar with dancing, unless it was with the crew on Captain Beta's ship. Sometimes they would carry out celebrations or parties on the ship, or it was just a way to pass the time. But even after having seen all of those dances, he was not a dancer himself. And even if it was fun, they were not particularly impressive. At least not usually. But this time, he decided to join in. And you had changed all his thoughts about dancing and parties. Everyone was watching you, entranced. And Kaza didn't even have it on him to be jealous, because his eyes kept following your movements, his mind unable to conjure up any thoughts, besides just watching you. He stole his breath away by the way you danced and moved your body in front of him, the sway of your hips, and the look in your eyes, the way you looked at him instead of everyone else. It made him feel special. And after the dance was over, when you went to your room, you wrapped your arms around him, asking him if he looked good. And instead of saying anything, Kaza decided to reply with a kiss, wrapping his arms around your waist and pulling you in, because tonight was going to be one hell of a night for you two.